Are you now or are you going to be a student in an American college? Did you know that you could get college credit from Microsoft for passing some of their exams? Hello, I'm Philip Burton of idodata.com. So college in America can be quite expensive, and any way to be able to cut down the amount of time that you need to spend at college could reduce your costs. So how does college credit work in the United States? Well, for a 3-year undergraduate degree, you will need 360 credits, which averages out to 120 credits per year. Now, of course, most of the time you will gain those credits at college. However, you can also get credits outside of college. And one of the ways you can do that is through passing Microsoft exams. And in this recent update in December 2022, Microsoft have added 8 new exams that you could get college credit for. So let's just have a read of what you can do. So ACE, the American Council on Education. Most schools in the United States are members of ACE, which represents all US accredited degree granting institutions. And ACE member schools may accept some Microsoft certifications for college credit. So you'll need to check with your college as to what they will actually allow. So you can see we've got a range of exams here for 1, 2, or 3 credits. Now you might be saying, okay, that doesn't seem that many. I've got to get 360 over 3 years to pass my undergraduate. Is it really worth it? Well, let's have a read of a couple of examples. So Sam Jones, he says that he has earned 60 credits and that he earned some of those before starting college. So because of that, he was able to complete a 4-year degree in just 2 years. So you can imagine the amount of money that he has saved by not having to have room and food for those extra 2 years, as well as the cost of the college itself. He says you can study for certification, pass the exam and put it on your CV or resume, and get a nice job and college credits. And this is another major thing about these exams. You've passed an exam, yes, you can put it onto your CV or resume. This can help you get a job or get a promotion. It has for me, it can for you. He says this is a small fee to eliminate thousands of dollars of credits, a no-brainer. And another example, Jason Powell. He learned that he could use Microsoft certifications for 2 elective courses, and it probably saved him 16 weeks of coursework and thousands of dollars. So let's have a look at the various exams that you can take. So they have 2 letters with a hyphen or dash and then 3 numbers. So the 2 letters indicate what type of exam it is. So AI, Artificial Intelligence. AZ, Microsoft Azure. DA, well, that's for data analysts, but this exam is no longer being offered. It is a bit out of date. You can see the expiry is 2023, so this isn't really in contention. However, it has been replaced by the PL300 exam, so there is a direct replacement. DP, this is data on Microsoft Azure. MB is to do with Dynamics 365. MD, modern desktops. MS, Microsoft 365. PL, the Power Platform. SC, security, compliance and identity, and then MO, Microsoft Office. Now it's worth noting that the number of college credits you can get varies between 1 and 3. However, the exams are of different levels for me of difficulty which do not directly align with the recommended credits. So for example, the amount of work that you've got to do to pass MB 210, the Microsoft Dynamics 365 Sales Functional Consultant, for 2 credits is much less than the amount that you would have to study to get the MB 910, Microsoft Dynamics 365 Fundamentals CRM, which is for 3 credits. So where is the best value for you if you are wanting to study computing? Well, first of all, I would have a look at the Microsoft Office ones. Yes, they're only 1 credit each. However, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel and Microsoft PowerPoint are essential tools if you are going to be a college student. So you might as well study for these exams and get the learning and the college credit. Now, these exams don't go to too high a level. There are expert Word and Excel exams which aren't on this list, and these three are new additions to the December 2022 list. So how would you find out more information about any of these exams? Well, I wouldn't click on them because that gives you some information about the ACE and the exam, but it doesn't tell you that much about it. You can see some of the skills measured, but it's not sufficient. Instead, you should go to Google or any search engine and type in the name of the exam that you're interested in. So in this case, the MO 100. And then either at the top, or you may need to scroll down, you'll see the exam skills outline. So you can see in broad categories the skills measured, manage documents in certain format, text, paragraph and sections. However, if you click on the skills outline, you can see more detail about what Microsoft is looking for. So for example, inspect documents for issues might not make a lot of sense if you just look at that one thing and go, okay, what issues do documents have? Well, they have hidden properties and personal information, accessibility issues, and compatibility issues. So instantly you can see this makes a lot more sense as to what inspect documents for issues actually mean. So you can look at each of these bullet points. Some of them are fairly easy. Insert symbols, find and replace text. Others may be a bit more complicated. And some you probably won't need in real life in a million years, for instance, insert 3D models. However, the great thing about these exams is that it actually tells you these things are available. You can do this in Microsoft Word. And just having that knowledge might mean that later on, when you go, okay, I want to put a map of the world in, well, what about if it was a 3D rotating map? And I want to get it in just the right place. So going through the MO 100 Word, MO 200 Excel and MO 300 PowerPoint is a great start for any student because you'll be creating Word documents, essays, you'll be creating presentations, and you may be doing some calculations in Excel. So that is a great start. Next, I would have a look at the 900 level series. So what these are all fundamentals. So they don't actually require you to know how to do things. They require you to know what to do. And in the vast majority of cases, they are worth 3 credits. So let's just have a look at all of the fundamentals. We've got SCI, Security, Compliance and Identity. We've got Power Platform, which is worth 2 credits. We have got Microsoft 365 Fundamentals, so that's another 3 credits. The 901 is no longer being offered, but we've got the 910 and the 920, which is all about Microsoft 365 fundamentals. So the CRM is customer facing and the ERP is more backroom facing. But we've got different apps that you'll be looking at in each of those. Then we've got the DP, Microsoft Azure Data Fundamentals, and the AZ, Microsoft Azure Fundamentals, and then right at the top, the AI 900 Azure Fundamentals. So between them, that is what, 7, 8 exams? Those are 21 college credits. But how long will you need to study for each of those? Well, probably not much more than, say, a couple of days for each individual exam. So again, if I look up something like the DP 900, just to show an example of what this looks like, in a different interface, you'll see that we have got in this green box the DP900 study guide. So this is the same sort of thing as we were looking at earlier, but it's at the top of the box. And here we can see functional groups describe core data concepts. So the difference between structured, semi-structured and unstructured data. And if I scroll down, you can see there's not that many bullet points. It is less than 2 pages. And that is one of the great things about these fundamentals exams. They give you a taster of what each of these categories is like without you having to go into the depths. So you need to know what knowledge management is, what omnichannel for customer service is, and some of the features, but you don't need to know the ins and outs of how to do all of it. So if you concentrated on the Microsoft Office and then have a look at the fundamentals, so between them you have got 24 college credits, and you can go deeper if you wanted to. For example, suppose you found out you really liked the Power Platform. Well, you could get another 2 credits by having a look at the 100 exam to actually make the Power Platform apps, the Canvas apps, model-driven apps, Power Automate, and so on. Now, just a quick note about which are the new exams that Microsoft have introduced in this December 2022 update. And they are the MB210 Microsoft Dynamics 365 Sales Functional Consultant, the 220 Marketing Functional Consultant, the 800 Business Central Functional Consultant, the PL200 Microsoft Power Platform Functional Consultant, and the PL300 Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst, but that replaces the DA100 exam in any case. So in addition to earning college credits, you might also be opening yourself to a new branch of learning. You might actually go, actually, I am interested in administrating relational databases on Microsoft Azure. How can I learn about it? So how can you learn about how to actually do it? Well, I hope you'll have a look at my Udemy courses, which are linked in the description to this video. So I've got one course all about the MO100, MO200 and MO300 certifications. So because this is 3 different certifications, it is 14.5 hours long. But we have got 2 practice tests and we have got 35 practice activities. So you can be sure that you are learning. However, with all of my courses, I do recommend that you also go to measureiup.com afterwards. So what this is, it offers the official Microsoft practice test. So if you have a look at the MO100, for instance, you can see you can get the practice test for MO100 for around $40. So in addition to Microsoft Office, we can also have a look at the fundamentals. So this is Microsoft Dynamics 365. And this is what I was saying about the fundamentals. 5 hours of video. It's not like the huge 20, 30-hour courses I've got elsewhere. This is short, to the point, and describes each of the bullet points that are on the exams. And it describes it while actually looking at the thing in question. So with Dynamics 365, for instance, I look at Microsoft 365 while going into each of these bullet points. With the Power Platform, I go into Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, the AI Builder, and more, the Dataverse, for example. And again, here we've got 8 hours on-demand video. Microsoft Azure Data Fundamentals. So we're looking at Microsoft Azure, but with a particular emphasis on relational and non-relational databases. If you want a wider scope, then have a look at the AZ900, which has a look at around 20 services in the cloud. SC900 is all about Microsoft security, compliance, and identity, including Azure Sentinel, Microsoft 365 Defender, and MS Purview. And once you've done the fundamentals, you can go high if you want. So for Power Platform, you can go into the Apps Maker. You can go even deeper, or maybe you want to have a look at the Power BI in some detail. So you can see this is a 28-hour course. So this is what I was saying about the fundamentals. You only need 5 to 8 hours to watch all of the videos. Whereas if you go beyond the fundamentals, then you are committing yourself to really more intense amount of studying. The DP300, for instance, 17 hours. So my advice, if you are a college student or will be a college student, have a look at Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, because you will find those useful for your studies anyway. And then have a look at the 900 series. So whether it's the MV910 or whether it is the PL, DP, AZ, SC 900. These are topics where you can watch the videos in a day and then go to the official practice tests. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have, then please give it a like. And why not subscribe and click that bell? That way you'll be notified of any new videos. Links to all of these courses are in the description to this video, and you can also preview the course. So you can click on this and see a few videos of the course so you can decide which of the Microsoft exams may be your very first one. And hopefully then you can save time and money on your college experience. I'm Philip Burton of idodata.com. Thank you very much for watching and keep learning.